All right, everybody, it's another edition of QB&A. The Raiders dropped to 4-6. Derek Carr joining me now, and I know it's not what you wanted, Derek. You had a long trip back from Mexico City. What was the most maybe thing that you thought about coming back home after that loss?
The first thing is where do we sit? We got to move on. It's not like we can go back out on that field and try and fix it. So where do we sit? And, really everything that needed to happen outside of us winning, happened for us. So, we're still right in the thick of things, which is crazy to think about, with how things have happened for us. But with that being said, it sucks. It's a hard time right now. But when adversity hits, one of two things happen: people give in or they keep fighting. And that's one thing that I'm going to continue to do. Is that this is a very adverse situation, and I'm going to keep fighting. That's the only thing I know how to do. And hopefully we can pull enough wins out here on the last stretch and win this division.
I know you're looking forward, but let's just take a few plays back. Coming off a bye week, though, what did you think about the team, how you guys prepared, and then Sunday in Mexico City?
Yeah, I think that we did a great job. I thought we had some good practices on the bye week. I thought that our players were really locked in, and I thought we traveled well. We definitely know how to travel well. We know how to do the logistical side of things. When it comes to going somewhere else or altitude or things like that, I don't think anyone felt bad doing any of that kind of stuff. It just we ran into a team that played better than us that day, and that really. I wish there was a better answer, but they just came out and they outplayed us. They out-executed us, and it's unfortunate because we had a great opportunity against a really good football team.
For 2 straight games now, you guys had run the football pretty well. Yeah. First half, you guys are down 14-0. You drive, and then, of course, Seth Roberts with the fumble. How much of that was a bit of a game changer, because then they go up 17-0, and the big play in the third, it kind of took you out of the run game during the scoring scenario there, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. At that point, especially in the NFL, you got to go to the pass game. There's no more running the ball. You can't waste time. Every second matters. And so, if it's an incomplete pass, that's okay, because you stop the clock and buy yourself some more time. Whereas, when you're running the ball, the clock's not going to stop. And we were running the ball efficiently. We moved the ball really well. I think all day we moved the ball well. But at the end, that sequence of our last drive in the first half and their first drive of the second half. That whole sequence right there, I think, was the turning point of the football game.
Derek, 2 months ago, we were saying the AFC West, arguably the best division in football, and yet right now it's wide open with the Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Broncos. And so as you look at the playoff picture, as you just mentioned, wide open, you guys are still very much in it. How good does it feel to be home, really, first time since the Kansas City game on a Thursday night? You guys have 2 in front of you coming up.
Yeah, this is huge. These next 2 games are huge for us, especially. We get to play at home. We get to play in front of our home crowd. We definitely have that advantage. We have a great Denver team coming in, who obviously I know really well. And I've already been studying on them. I've crammed all my film in today. With the little bit of sleep that we got, we'll be able to rest sometime at the end of the season. But we have a great opportunity in front of us to reach all of our goals. It's still out there. We just have to believe and continue to stay positive. And, the fact that everything is still out there is unbelievable. But at the same time, that's the NFL. Crazier things have happened. So we're really looking forward to this last stretch run that we have. We have 6 games left, to put it all out there and still achieve everything that we want to achieve.
So you have a rematch with the division rival in Denver. It's a game where you got hurt, 16-10, low-scoring affair. Have you seen anything on film, at least early on, that may be different than the last time you guys played?
Just checking into what they're doing schematically. They have wrinkles just like everyone. In the NFL. Every week they're going to do what they do, but then they're going to add a little twist here, a little twist here. Mostly situationally. Third down is where it really shows up. They'll try and show you one look and do something different the next week, kind of a deal. But especially in a division game, there's always going to be wrinkles. Whether it's a front, moving guys around a certain coverage look, There's definitely always going to be some like that. They're going to, look at the previous game that you played them. They're going to look at your last 4 games, and that's kind of how it goes. And so, looking at this one, we kind of know what to expect, and then you kind of just prepare for everything. You kind of prepare for the wrinkles that they might throw at us as well.
All right, Derek, it's time for our fan question on Facebook. It comes from Jason Peterson. He wins an autographed football from yourself, and he asks you, Derek, on Facebook, using the hashtag AskDC4. Although the deep passing game has been a vital part of the game in the NFL, with all the drops, do you find yourself leaning towards the short and medium passing game to increase your receivers' confidence and increase the chances of more completions?
Yeah, it's a great question. Depending on the game, there's times and opportunities where we can take shots. Obviously, we had a shot, to take to, Johnny. Whenever you can find a one-on-one, you got to take them and throw the ball down the field. And I think we had one to Crab later on. We had a few to Crab. So we're definitely taking the shots. We're definitely having the opportunities. It's just, I guess the bounce didn't go our way on the one. So, with the drops and things like that, that's a part of football. It's something that we have to overcome. It's something that we have to keep working on. Just like me, I have to work on placing the ball better, being more accurate for them. Maybe I can help them in some way. And, whenever those kind of things are happening, you don't really during a game think, oh man, Derek's missing a lot of throws, or oh man, there's a lot of drops or anything like that. You honestly just take each play and just expect the best. That's really anyone in the NFL that plays. That's really your mindset. Is you don't really think about it at that moment. You just kind of plow forward, and whatever play is called, you try and do your best on that one.
All right, Derek, we'll get you out on this college edition question on QB&A. Fresno State, Boise State. Need I say more? Broncos are coming to Bulldog Stadium for the first time since 2013. I remember that day watching you guys beat them. What do you remember most about that matchup in 2013?
The thing I remember the most is winning. I'll definitely I'll never forget that. Last time I played Boise, the Fresno State Bulldogs won. So that's always an exciting game. I'm glad that they're coming back. You got to correct me if I'm wrong. So if the Dogs are solidified in the championship game, does that mean Boise is as well? That's my question for you.
Yeah, here's the deal. We actually were talking about this in the newsroom today. They're going to play twice, back-to-back. The way the scheduling works and the way the conference championship game has it settled. You know what? Even if the Dogs beat the Broncos and even beat them handily, there's a good chance that Boise is going to host the championship game due to the College Football Playoff Committee and the computers. It's a lot of, we could spend another 10 minutes talking about that. So Jeff Tedford was talking about it. He actually sort of resigned to the fact that they're actually going to play this game, and then he expects them to go to Boise. So if anything, this Bulldog team might have to beat the Broncos twice. So we'll wait and see. It's an interesting week there with the fans and everything, Derek. And also, I remember from 2013, you guys wanted on defense. I remember that last stand that you guys had. So as much as you guys were doing it on the offensive side of the ball, that defense was the one that really kept Southwick and company out of the end zone.
That's right. Johnny Norton. He was the one that batted the ball down last. I remember. I'll never forget.
Johnny, oh my gosh. Boy, him and Jalen Richard, both the smaller guys on the field doing some big things, Derek. So I'll keep you updated on that stuff. We'll talk about it. Maybe we'll talk about a Fresno State win next week. But appreciate the time on QB&A. Hey, Denver's coming up. We'll talk to you 1 week from today.
Awesome. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.